reignite their rivalries one more time, but not just to win, but to also save human lives on the roads. The Road Safety Cell of Maharashtra, along with the PMG and Viacom 18, have done a fantastic job to bring these legends together. I'm sure the League will be an important channel to reach out to the masses and educate them about the various aspects of road safety. Now, when you have people like Sachin Tendulkar, Virender, Sehwag, Lara, Brett Lee, Tendulkar, Dilshan, and John T. Rhodes on the field, you can imagine how serious cricket will be. Am I right? They are saying yes. Great. To talk more about the event and also why creating mass awareness towards road safety is so important, I now welcome Mr. Ravi Gaikwad, RTO, Chief of Thane and Konkan Range. Mr. Gaikwad is also a senior member of the Road Safety Cell of Maharashtra and chairman of the trust, Shant Bharat Surakshit Bharat, which is relentlessly working to create awareness towards road safety in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause and welcome him on stage, please.
Good afternoon. I welcome you all to this eventful occasion. I will have to thank a lot of people for coming together to support this cause here today. But I will keep that for a little later. And before we start with the day's proceedings, I want to share something which I personally encountered and experienced a few years back. Something that made a huge impact in the way I started looking at vehicles and vehicular traffic on the road. Some things that you may regard as a trigger behind this image event here today. It happened to me one day. The car which I was traveling met with a massive head-on collision on the highway. The vehicle was damaged so badly that no one believed till long after the crash that people traveling in the car actually survived. But we did. Me and my driver, we are still alive to tell you this tale. The only difference was that from that day till about a month or so, every time I sat in the car, I used to fear that car coming from the opposite direction will drift straight into me. The driver used to come to me every day after the accident and ask just one question: how did we survive? I never could answer that, but I want to believe that both of us survived by a stroke of luck. But should people's lives on the roads be left to luck alone to survive? I used to ask myself this question every night after that incident. So after I joined the RTO and started seeing things from close and also had the authority and power to do something to get an answer to that question, which troubled me every night, I started to do few things in personal capacity and some in official capacity to bring in behavioral change in the society so that people's lives are no longer dependent on fate alone. I don't know what role fate plays in these accidents, many of which leads to deaths and permanent disability. But I know that the statistics involved in the road accidents, the deaths, permanent disability, damage to lives and property, its impact on the overall GDP of the country, leave alone emotional trauma, the near and the dear ones go through, are something extremely shocking and unbelievable. And this is not just in India. The Global Status Report on Road Safety 2018, launched by World Health Organization in December 2018, highlights that the number of annual road traffic deaths has reached 1.35 million. Road traffic accidents are now the leading killer of people aged between 5 and 29 years. Why I'm referring to it as unbelievable is because you will be shocked and surprised to learn that from the moment I started this speech till now, someone have lost someone due to a road accident somewhere in the country. In India, more than 1.5 lakh people, approximately up to 2 lakh people die due to road accidents every year, which means 400 deaths every day. In the last 5 years, more than 65 lakh people were disabled completely. We are losing one person every 4 minutes due to road accidents in the country. It is that bad. And the statistics here are not discriminating. Its impact is being felt by one and all: rich, poor, educated, uneducated, young, old, everyone. Closely studying this pattern for some time, I realized that we need a behavioral change in our thinking and approach to all the aspects related to this malaise. And this is not possible until and unless we bring together each and everyone in the country to believe in this cause and take a pledge to implement it. We can't achieve what we have set out by just imposing heavy fines or stringent rules. We have to implement these changes in our DNA. One thing that runs deeply in every Indian's DNA is cricket. The reach of this game and the following of its stars are phenomenal. We Indians really eat, sleep and breathe cricket. It is perhaps the divine intervention that has brought all of us together to create Road Safety World Series, where we will see all those legends in action whom we had started to miss in the last few years. I am sure we all who are here together today to make this happen will one day be every proud of what we did for ourselves and for our future generations. I know people look at sports as a form of entertainment, but if sports is played only for entertainment purpose, the Olympic movement and the glorious narrative will not have any meaning. The Road Safety World Series is not just a cricket tournament, but a platform to achieve much greater goals towards humanity as a whole. This is an event to create awareness towards eliminating the causes behind the malaise and of course the great comeback of the legends. Why should we limit ourselves to just creating mythical stories of their legends and not watch them showcase their magical prowess once again, by which we are all enthralled not so long ago. I welcome you all to experience this unique journey where we will be not only be creating memories but spearheading a movement to save more lives on Indian roads. I thank Mr. Sunil Gavaskar for coming in as the commissioner of the tournament, PMG for organizing the tournament, Viacom for joining as a broadcaster, Real Impact, Ogilvy Matter, Ad Factors, WTV, TikTok, Lex Legal, Dicky Speak, Test Q, Sports Interactive, and all the players from Australia, West Indies, South Africa, Sri Lanka, and India who have agreed to be a part of this. Last but not the least, I offer my special thanks to Mr. Sachin Tendulkar for agreeing for being the brand ambassador for the Road Safety World Series. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now it's time to invite the living legend of Indian cricket, who is known for his class, composure, grit, determination, dedication, success, and a long list of personal and professional achievements which can't be compared to anybody else. Can we please facilitate the one and only Mr. Sunil Gavaskar? He is one of the most revered voices in world cricket today. He is none other than our very own little master, who is the Commissioner of Road Safety World Series, RSWS. I would request Mr. Gaikwad to please facilitate our Commissioner of the League. Don't run away. 1 second. So it's a great honor and privilege to have you here. Thank you so much. Just wanted to know how excited you are to be a part of this initiative, which is so important for the nation today. Moreover, the world gets to see some of the best players on the planet coming together again to play the game, which is loved and followed by everyone in the country. So how are you feeling about that?
Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I think it's a tremendous initiative, something we looked at doing last year itself when we had the No Horn initiative. But I think this is an even bigger initiative because this is something that I felt very deeply concerned about. The fact that we lose so many lives on the roads. We in India tend to ignore how many lives are lost, how many families are traumatized by these accidents. If only we showed a little bit of discipline, we would be able to curb this. The other important aspect, which I believe is something that Ravi, in his capacity as the RTO chief, can look to do, is the issuing of licenses. The licenses are given, the driving licenses are given really without any genuine tests to see whether the driver is capable of driving. In my own case, many years ago, I remember when I got a license, I just come back from the West Indies and I acquired a car and I struggled to reverse and park the car properly. But the driving instructor said, "No, doesn't matter, you drive straight, so I'm going to give you the license." We don't normally reverse. So that's what happened. That's the kind of leniency sometimes that can cause accidents. Now don't forget, with the kind of cars that are in India now, the kind of speeds that the cars can generate, when you give a license to somebody who cannot read signs, and that's one of the things, guys who cannot read signs, you are actually giving an AK-47 in his hands because he can mow down people. When you look at the guys causing the accidents, it's invariably the professionals who are doing it. And by professionals, I mean, guys whose profession is driving, whether it is bus drivers, truck drivers, your personal drivers, they are the ones who are causing the accidents. So I think that is something that we really, really need to look at. And of course, the two-wheelers, they are a law unto themselves. Where they can get away, they just get away. We could have a red light over there, but the two-wheelers will get through. I think if we have a situation where there is zero tolerance, I promise you, I know we've just had a situation where there are heavy fines, etc. involved. But unless you have a zero tolerance policy, these accidents are going to keep on happening. You go to the expressways, you go to the highways in different parts of the country, and I've done that. There are trucks coming in the wrong lane. If that is the side that they should be, they are coming on this side of the lane, and they actually come in the fast side of the lane. So this is a real serious issue, and I think we really need to look at it. And if I've got the opportunity to get involved with it, that's why I'm speaking my mind, but I do believe that to save trauma for the families, I think we really need to have zero tolerance. Sorry, I think it's another, I think we're looking at the Legends launch, and I think this is a fantastic initiative. I'm sure that when they participate, the message will also go through about the road safety, and I'm pretty certain that if you all take it very seriously and not just pay lip service, we'll be able to save many lives. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. I now have the privilege to welcome one of the most accomplished, loved, and revered cricketers of all time. He obviously needs no introduction, and more importantly, he's also the brand ambassador of this league, and he is none other than the one and only Mr. Sachin Tendulkar. It's a great honor to have you here, a great privilege. Thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to know how excited you are to play the game again, that too against some of your biggest rivals, and to support such a great initiative.
Needless to say that whenever we are back on the field, it's exciting. So to have all my colleagues against whom I played, and also someone who was at the non-strikers and when I batted, and occasionally when I was at the non-strikers and entertained me. I think I'm going to use this dais to give a small message. I thought Mr. Gavaskar spoke all the relevant points in which we cannot ignore. I think something which needs to be taken into notice, and I'm sure Ravi is going to address those issues because those are concerning issues. When you hear almost close to 200,000 lives are lost every year because of road accidents. Every 4 minutes, one life is lost. We can't afford to lose any life. And this is only happening because people are not disciplined, people are not following traffic rules. I myself have experienced bikers also riding their bikes without helmets and riding in opposite direction, the wrong side of the road. I don't think that's a great sign, and these are concerning areas which we must address as a nation. It just doesn't happen only in Mumbai, but I've seen this happening in various parts of our country, which is easily avoidable if we maintain discipline. I feel the most important factor here is we are lacking patience. We are becoming more and more impatient nowadays. Everyone wants everything to happen right away. I feel from my experience, you can either have it right or you can have it now. You can't have everything right now. Patience is one thing that we are lacking. I think when we were all kids, I'm sure we all must have maintained piggy bank at home, and we put whatever money our parents or grandparents gave us. and we would count them at the end of the day. How much did I save? Now here's one message which is a virtual piggy bank, but a piggy bank which is full of blessings. Here I'm trying to request all the drivers, if you see an elderly person who's struggling to cross the road, stop your car. Let that old lady or old man cross the road. Those 30 seconds will not get you somewhere in life. I think it's all about those blessings. So if we can fill up those, the piggy bank with blessings, I think it has the potential of changing our mindset. It is only the mindset which makes us do a lot of things. If we change our mindset, there are a number of good things which can form.
I'll call you.
Thank you so much. Real Impact is the leading broadcast, equipment rental and production company in India, managed by a team of professionals who have considerable experience in producing world-class events with acknowledged acumen in the creative, technical and production departments. We have consistently delivered the highest standard of outside broadcasting, sports production and equipment rental to a worldwide client base, totally focusing on customer satisfaction. Ms. Divya Rajiv Sabharwal, representative of Real Impact, would now like to give a small brief about the league format. I could invite you on stage.
Hello everyone. In the Road Safety World Series, there are 5 teams broadly, which is India, Australia, Sri Lanka, West Indies and South Africa. The format of the tournament is of one group where each team will play against the 4 teams. The total number of matches they'll play is 10. The top 2 teams will reach the finals and make the number of the total matches as 11. The venue for the first season is Mumbai and Pune. Second season onwards, we aim to host all the matches in Pan-India. Tournament will be held every winter season, each year. For any further questions, kindly contact Mr. Melroy D'Souza, CEO of PMG. He will answer the questions separately. Thank you.
Mr. Gaikwad, if I could ask you to please facilitate Ms. Sabharwal. Thank you so much. Entertainment is the backbone of every social initiative, and the next person I'm going to invite on stage is someone who has successfully opened new worlds with socially relevant content. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sudhanshu Bhatt, Group CEO and MD Viacom 18, the man who has proved that doing good is good for business. If you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you. Thanks, Shivani. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, first of all, it's indeed my pleasure, and I am also very excited to be here today because, as all of you know, most of us grew up playing cricket. Many of us, and I think it's great to be amongst legends. Most of us in India do that. I've had a similar journey. I used to, and I did go beyond gully cricket too. I played at the Haryana state level. And when we were growing up, I would first like to start with Sunil Gavaskar. We would listen to, those were the days of listening to commentary on radio. And early morning when we were playing in those different countries, you would be listening to those. Early morning you would get up from wherever and I grew up a lot in different hospitals, so you'd be up in those hospitals and all that and listening to all of them. And what a treat it was. So the first thing everybody would ask when you would get up, because it would be odd time, particularly Australia, is Sunny still batting? And if the answer is yes, you would say, wow! So I think that's the way it would start. Over on to, Sachin, of course, the first, lots have been said, and as Shivani said, no introduction is needed, but the first 16-year-old boy in Pakistan, and that innings is something deeply embedded in the late 80s, if I'm not mistaken, in my memory. And thank you, both of you, Sunny and Sachin, for doing this. Thank you for, because this indeed is a great thing. We at Viacom 18 very firmly believe that behavioral change and social change can be brought about by media. And like as Ravi was talking about it, I think for road safety to happen, three things have to come together. I think one is the equipment and the quality of our vehicles have to have that equipment. That is happening. I think we're becoming very stringent about it. The second is, I think, fines, and I do appreciate the fines being strong. And I think that is an important piece. But third is the behavior piece for which we are here today. And I think to be able to drive that behavior, it is a very important initiative. Thank you for taking this initiative, and we are proud to be partnering it. Great to see Brett Lee, Jockey Rhodes, Dilshan, Brian, Lara, and Dinu. I think thank you for being here in person and taking this forward. I'm very excited. I think we'll have great time. As they say, 50 is the new 30, perhaps new 20. All of them are very, very fit, and I think you will see great cricket as we go forward. So it will be entertaining cricket. It will be great messages as we take this forward. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Just to clarify, I'm not 50 yet.
Thank you for clarifying. I'd now like to invite Mr. Radhesham Mopalwara, Senior IAS Chairman, MSRDC, and I would like, or request rather, Mr. Gaikwad, sir, to please facilitate. Thank you so much. Sir, if I could ask you to speak a little on the association with the league.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's no doubt a great privilege on this stage and amongst the great legends of cricket. I head an organization, we Quint Expressways, that is Road Development Corporation. And let me tell you, this initiative has come at the most appropriate time. All of us know there is a great controversy on the new Motor Vehicles Act, and there is a time when actually such initiatives will be a great success. There are three components of road safety. One is human, second is engineering, third is the administration. I suppose what is most important is human administration. And at this moment, when there are 1.3 million deaths taking place in India, out of the 150,000 deaths taking place in Maharashtra, a very important is we had 97,000 kilometers of national highway, and in last 5 years we have declared new national highway of almost 100,000 kilometers. So when road infrastructure is improving, it is necessary that the road safety becomes the prime focus of everybody. And at this point of time, road safety World Series getting launched, I suppose that's a great gift to this country, and this will go a long way in actually bringing awareness on compliance, human behavior pattern, and secondly, even on administration, because enforcement is the most important thing. And what we lack, when we talk about the human behavior, we don't talk about the enforcement, which is very lax. And enforcement, when it is given to a new motor vehicle sign, and now I suppose this enforcement should go a long way. And this World Series is taking place in February. I suppose we take the message a long way in improving the safety. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Finally, I'd like to invite Mr. Rahul Mehta from Shant Bharat Surakshit Bharat. I would request Mr. Mehta to please speak on road safety. Mr. Mehta. Mr. Gaikwad, sir, if I could ask you to facilitate, please. No? Okay, if we could ask all the dignitaries to please step aside from the dais and be seated in the front row. If we could give them one big round of applause, please. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something very special now, so if I could ask you to turn your attention to the screen. May I now request the dignitaries to please come back on stage? Thank you. I'm also glad to announce that we have an anthem for the league, which we will be listening to now. What did you all think of that? I think that deserves a round of applause. A great anthem for the Road Safety World Series. I'd now like to request Mr. Radhesham Mopalwar to please kindly unveil the physical mascot of the league. I'd now like to call on the dais Road Safety Champion for Team India. I would like to also call Mr. Sudhanshu Vas on the stage and ask our great Master Blaster, Captain of Team India, both to please step forward. If I could just have you stand in the center here, please. I'd now like to request the next Road Safety Champion for Team South Africa, which is owned by MEP Infrastructure. Mr. Jayant D. Maisker is the Chairman and Managing Director of MEP Infrastructure Developers Limited. Yes, you can clap for that. He is one of the founding directors and promoters of the company. He has over 20 years of experience in the road infrastructure industry and has been instrumental in changing the face of the toll management industry, especially in Maharashtra. Under his leadership, MEP Infrastructure Developers Limited today is one of the leading players in the road infrastructure space in India. Established in 2002 as toll management company, MEP today is an end-to-end infrastructure company serving central and state road authorities across the country for construction, operation and maintenance of road assets. Mr. Maisker and his company have been one of the pioneers in implementing the RFID technology for electronic toll collection in Maharashtra with the objective to decongest toll plazas and allow smoother vehicle movement. With his formidable foresight, the company continues to benefit from its early mover advantage in the toll space and now in the hybrid annuity space of road construction, where the company already commands a significant market share. I would like to invite Jonty Rhodes, captain of Team South Africa. If I could ask you, gentlemen, to please step aside so we can see the team logo. Safety champion, Mr. Krishna Prasad, for Team West Indies. Mr. Prasad is a real estate magnate in the United States and is considered one of the largest individual owners of working-class apartment buildings in Florida. He's also the founder and president of Worldwide Sports Management LLC, an international cricket-oriented company that owns exclusive cricketing rights for the only ICC-approved stadium in the United States. Additionally, Mr. Prasad also owns the Jamaica-based CPL cricket team and recently the West Indies franchise for Road Safety World Series. And of course, the team captain, Mr. Brian Lara. I would like to request Mr. Sudhanshu Vatsa to please announce Team Australia along with the captain of Australian team, Bradley, to please come up on stage. Is there a microphone? Mr. Meister, would you like to say something? Would our team owners like to say a few words?
Everybody, I think it's a great honor and privilege to be on this dais with the legends of the cricket, right from success. When I was touched upon this particular event, I would say 6 months back,